All right, I'm a big fan of Pinterest. I'm sure most of you are too, but sometimes it can be a waste of time and money when the pin doesn't look like the picture. We pin test. This is a segment called Pin Test every week to see if it's a pin win or a pin fail or a repin. But there's a website I want to introduce you to called pintology.blogspot.com, and they pin almost every day to see if their pin wins. Take a look at Pintology. It's called Pintology, and it's a brand new website that lets you know what really works on Pinterest.
I am a huge Pinterest fan. I got my sister addicted on it. Anyone else I could get addicted on it. I love that site.
Lainey Namani started the site just 2 weeks ago. She's a crafter, a wife, and a mother.
So I just get really frustrated when I have tried a meal or something that I found on Pinterest or anywhere in a magazine or anything. And I spend, an hour prepping it, getting it all ready, and then it doesn't turn out, or I try to do a craft or something and it doesn't turn out. So you've wasted all that time and effort and money in doing that. And it's so frustrating. And so I just had this idea to take the stuff that I see on Pinterest and test it and see what really works and what doesn't work. And then that way people can go and see, oh, that does work. I should try that. Or, you know what, I'm not going to even try it because it doesn't work.
She's hoping Pinterest fans will tell her what they'd like her to test.
But I'm hoping at some point it'll become more interactive where people say, hey, I saw this, would you try it and see if it works?
So what doesn't work?
A lot of the cleaning things surprisingly haven't worked as well. And I use mostly natural cleaning products at home. So to try these natural ones with like baking soda and vinegar and stuff was good, but a lot of them don't work.
And what's her current favorite pin?
They took some cupcake liners and dipped them in food coloring and just kind of colored the edge of the cupcake liners, and they turned out so cute. I just don't have a lot of time to waste on these things that may or may not work. So if we can figure that out before trying them, then, we can avoid the time spent wasted on those things that don't work.
See, that's a great idea. We don't want to waste our time. So that's why we pin test or use Pintology. Again, she's got a lot more on there. We try to do it once a week. She does a couple a week, so you can really see. Also, we would love to find out what you'd like us to try. So go to fullplate.tv and let us know what you're seeing on Pinterest that you'd like to see if it works beforehand. I'm going to show you something I just found on Pinterest. Okay, I'm a big, like I said, go to Rebecca Rainier on Pinterest and you'll be able to see what I'm pinning. But I saw this craft that looked really kind of cool on Pinterest. It's a vase, there you go, with something underneath it that makes it look icy. You're supposed to use it as kind of a centerpiece or a decorative item for the holidays. So I thought, okay, this looks really easy. So we're gonna pin test this. I don't know what you want to call it, centerpiece. All right, we'll call it holiday centerpiece. So the idea with this is you need a vase. All of the products that I've got came from the dollar store, okay? So you take these, which are also old dollar store finds of mine. They're huge, and you fill them with the stuff that you want. The one we saw was Christmassy, so we're gonna do some Christmas items. These are from the outside boxwoods at my house. Don't tell my husband that I just clipped this stuff. He keeps these things really a certain way outside, and I just went out there willy-nilly and clipped them. So then you put in your saran wrap. Earlier, I took all the saran wrap that I could find and pre-cut it. Well, actually, I didn't. One of my photographers, Josie, did it because this is dollar store saran wrap. The problem with dollar store saran wrap is it doesn't unfurl very easily. But there we go. We put in, just like the pin, some saran wrap. So we're going to do a Christmas one. Let's do a few more of my stolen greenery that we're not supposed to tell my husband I took, and just put it in there. And since it's Christmas, we're going to put some red stuff. Now, I found this red stuff also at the dollar store. You can do whatever you want. I mean, we also have some fake fruit to put in there, but we're experimenting. We're gonna just put a little bit of this in here right now. What do we think? Yes? Or should I put some more saran wrap in? At any rate, you just lower it one layer at a time. Now follow me over here, Derek, because over here, Deb has more saran wrap. We need more saran wrap. So we're gonna put that in there. And there it is on the top. And finally, we're gonna put some fruit like we saw in the picture. All right. Now here's the tricky part. You fill it with water. Okay. So this is the part where everything could go horribly, horribly awry. This is what is supposed to make it look like ice as opposed to saran wrap. So I'm filling it up, right? So far, so good. Fill it up as much as you can. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, it's coming up. What do you think? All right, so the last thing is I'm gonna grab a little bit more saran wrap for the top. Deb, my saran wrap assistant, she's actually a pretzel lady. You're gonna meet her later. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so I'm gonna take some more saran wrap, put it at the top because it floats up. This is the thing, once you put the water in, the stuff starts to float up. So we're gonna put a little bit more water in, see how this puppy works. A little bit more, a little bit more. Okay. And then finally, you put your tea lights on top. We'll see if it looks like the picture. All right, now I wouldn't gotta be more stable with our tea lights. But all right, so that's sort of the start of mine. Doesn't look as cool as the picture, but let's take, all right, you see the picture? And what I just did in like 3 seconds, near misses the entire time. What do we think? Kind of a pin-win, right? All right, so that worked. The other suggestion that we did at home is we did this for the holidays, but you can also do it, for Christmas. You can also do it for Halloween. We made this one earlier with all kinds of orange stuff, gourds, but we also found gourds like this, again at the dollar store. And finally, if you want the kids to do this with you, skeletons. Right, so we are going to put some skeletons in there and see how that looks. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so that is our pin test. In my humble opinion, this is a pin that wins. It didn't cost very much money. I almost only killed myself a couple of times with the saran wrap, the glass, and the candles. So we're getting out alive with this pin test, which makes it a pin win, and everything we got came from the dollar store. So it was cheap, effective, and it took no skill whatsoever. We will be pinning this on our board, which is the Full Plate or Pin Test board. I'll link it all on fullplate.tv, and you can give it a try. There it is. Aw, there's our website. You can give it a try yourself and let us know what you'd like to see pin tested on fullplate.tv.